What must it be like to be MAGA, to be fully in the tank for Donald Trump, to willfully deny the reality that the rest of us know to be true, the rest of us are living in? On Friday, after Senator from California, Alex Padilla, was assaulted and arrested by Trump goons during a Homeland Security press conference, I made a few statements. I made a long video about it, almost 20 minutes, 16, 18, 20 minutes. I said a lot of things, and I made a prediction that I was scolded for by many who want to continue to give these domestic terrorists the benefit of the doubt, these fascists the benefit of the doubt. I said, well, I tell you what, I'll just find the clip and I'll play it, but I made an ominous prediction that ultimately only took hours to come true. And now that that prediction has come true, MAGA is continuing to deny reality about what is taking place and about who the culprits are. And we're talking specifically about Vance Luther Boelter, or Belter. I'm not sure how to say his name. I was corrected about that in an email as well. And his being the chief suspect in the assassination and the attempted assassination of Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband, and the attempted, again, assassination of John Hoffman and his wife. Here was that statement, that portion of the video on Friday. This isn't even the low that we will reach. Remember, I said this. Bookmark this video. Email it to yourself and put it in the title. It's going to get worse from here still before it gets better. I think very likely an elected official is going to be harmed, physically hurt in the exercise of fascism. We're lucky it didn't happen this time. Next time, we might not be so lucky. And Democrats need to wake up to that fact and start acting as though they are imperiled as well. Hopefully, now that it has come home for them in the Senate, they will wake up to what is taking place all across the country with regular citizens. We have tanks rolling through the streets of Washington, D.C. for Donald Trump's fucking birthday. They're arresting, detaining, handcuffing, shoving on their faces the opposition party. He had every right to be there. Every right to be there. I'm done. And it only took hours for that to come to fruition. One, stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. Stop saying that we are overreacting. We are not. We are calling it like it is. We are living in reality. We are dealing with reality on reality's terms. MAGA, on the other hand, is not. When the news broke that Vance Luther Boelter was the chief suspect, they ran to the comment sections to say, oh, no, he's a radical leftist. He's a liberal. He's a Democrat. He was appointed by Tim Walz to some nonpartisan position. Something I talked about in my video yesterday. I had not acknowledged that he was appointed to this nonpartisan position by both Tim Walz and the previous Democratic governor. It doesn't make him not a Republican. It doesn't make him a non-MAGA individual, right? Here are some comments from unhinged MAGA trolls in the comment section. Vance Luther Boelter, strictly a Tim Walz appointment, lockstep Democrat. This didn't age well real fast. Tim Walz appointee, Vance Luther Boelter, is the suspect. No conservatives involved. Wow, are y'all libs? All y'all libs are going to have a shit fit over this. Again, the leftist tearing this country apart. Oh, look at all the know-it-alls with Trump derangement syndrome, said very confidently in all caps. Vance was deeply embedded in Minnesota's Democratic establishment for nearly a decade, but recent evidence suggests he had turned on the very party that had empowered him. Was Boelter a radical leftist who believed moderate Democrats like Hortman were betraying the cause and weren't left enough? Or was this something darker? Did Democrats kill their own so they could turn around and blame Republicans? And then finally, hey, Jessica, that's me, Jessica, because, my name's Jesse. Hey, Jessica, where's the lying piece about the massacre of 2 human beings and the shooting of 2 others where you insinuated it was a right-winger? Took that lie down now. We found it's one of Walz's buddies. You need to be canceled and pulled from YouTube. Video's still up there, Kenneth Fox. Still up. This is scary nonsense. We're learning more about Vance Luther Boelter now, and that he was absolutely an anti-abortion, right-wing, radical evangelical. His roommate, his best friend since 4th grade and roommate, even said he was a Trump supporter, a strong Trump supporter. Watch this.
We even asked about Mr. Boelter's political affiliations, and David Carlson, once again his roommate and best friend, known him since 4th grade, did say Boelter voted for Trump and that he was a strong supporter.
And that's the guy who lived with him. That's the guy who was his best friend since 4th grade, when they used to play military together, when they used to become obsessed with military and security. Watch this.
He was always kind of into the military stuff, but it was just we were always like that. Me and him, we used to play army men.
How long had you guys known each other?
Oh, since 4th grade. It's been 45 years, 50 years. God, it's been longer than that. Yeah, it must have been longer than that. Since I was 12, probably. 4th grade. How old were you? Forever we've been friends.
Yeah.
And then,
did you link him up with this house to live with you? Were you excited about that 2 years ago?
well, he's been living up here for a while.
Oh.
He was living in Bloomington. He was a manager of a food place.
Yeah.
And then he quit the job and he went down to Africa, got things going down there. Said he wanted to start his own companies.
So the security company, was that fully formed, or was that just an idea?
No, that was just some fantasy. It was never. You would talk about it, but there was no movement on that part. And yeah, it was. He always had a fascination with military equipment. So do I, but I'm 100 miles away from killing people.
That's troubling. That he had preoccupation with the military, didn't serve. Had a preoccupation with security. Oh, he's living this fantasy land. He even used the word fantasy about the prospect of this company that he wanted to start being a private security agency, that it would even come to fruition. It was a fantasy, he said. So this guy, allegedly, by the admission of his own best friend, self-described best friend David Carlson, trafficked in fantasy. Also, he wasn't some radical leftist with leftist ideas. He was an ardent opponent of abortion rights for women.
Apparently in his manifesto there was some stuff about Planned Parenthood.
He had a manifesto?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Was there any beliefs about abortion? Or?
Yeah, he was a strong... But he hasn't talked about abortion for years. I mean, this goes back... Through the 90s, he really hated abortion. But we hardly ever talked... I haven't talked really about abortion for him for years. I mean, and nothing that... It was at length. That was at length.
And I was still kind of unclear, how did people know you had financial troubles? You just heard that from him?
Well, he was trying to find it. He would always want to work, 7 days a week. Work. He was trying to get money to start his businesses and all that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, but he didn't like, I don't like abortion, but I don't go to this extreme.
And here, if it's not enough, here is the self-styled preacher man, Vance Luther Boelter, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, giving a sermon that's being interpreted while he gives it, decrying people being confused about their sexual orientations, a real leftist idea.
Seigneur peut arriver dans chaque pensée.
So there's no sin
Et il n'y a aucun péché
that God can't take care
que
of.
Dieu ne peut pas enlever.
Nothing.
Il n'y a rien.
There's people, especially in America,
Il y a des gens, particulièrement aux États-Unis,
they don't know what sex they are.
et
They
ils,
don't know how their sexual orientation. They're confused.
ils ne savent pas ce qu'ils sont exactement. Ils ont une confusion.
The enemy has gotten so far into their mind and their soul.
Et l'ennemi est entré dans le fond de leur pensée et de leur âme.
But this word
Mais cette parole
cuts deeper
va aux profondeurs
because it's living
parce qu'elle est
and
vivante
it's active.
et elle est agissante.
And God goes down there and pulls that out.
Elle peut entrer dans notre cœur et enlever tout ce qui est de mal.
And he sets every person free.
Et pouvoir nous.
And there will still be some that say, oh no, they'll fall false flag. Oh no, this guy didn't do it. This isn't the guy. Oh yeah, he's MAGA, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Even though now we're learning that the suspect, the only suspect, not only chief, but only suspect in this case, also texted like a goodbye message to his friends, including the guy we've been talking about, David Carlson. Here's David Carlson trying to read through the text message, having a hard time. His best friend is either dead now or soon will be, many think. Here's that, and then I'll read the contents of the text message since he can't get through it.
Maybe dead shortly. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both, and I wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way, because you guys don't know anything about this. But I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused. He was a loving, caring guy, loved his family, loved his friends, and loved God, and I don't know why he did what he did. It's not Vance. No one will believe this. No one that grew up. He had lots of friends, trust me. And I wish I could have been there to stop him.
So here, as reported by Minnesota media, this is what was in the text message. David and Ron, I love you guys. I've made some choices and you guys don't know anything about this, but I'm going to be gone for a while. I'll be dead shortly. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both and wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way because you guys don't know anything about this, but I love you guys and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused. And MAGA is tripping all over themselves to try to make this guy anything other than what he is, possibly was, a radical, right-wing, nut job, Christo-fascist Trump supporter who was very likely, we don't know because we haven't gotten to the bottom of all the details, and I'm not going to speak without any knowledge at all about it, like I'm one of these 4 commenters here. But it is very likely, based on everything we know about Donald Trump, about our particular political climate and what Donald Trump has foisted upon us, he has normalized violence. He has normalized radicalizing a mass swath of the country. It's normal for these people to think that violence is the answer, that the only way to save the republic in honor of Donald Trump, the dear leader, is to act unhinged and go on an assassination run while dressing as a cop. while being obsessed with policing and security and the military. Again, it was easy to call. You don't have to be, look, I'm not some genius. I am not the smartest guy. It didn't take a lot of analysis to say somebody's going to end up getting hurt. I had no idea it would be the very next day, just hours after having posted that video. But it doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take some prescient individual with clairvoyance who could look into the future and, divine what's going to happen. It's plain as day. And this is why. Stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. Stop telling others who are calling it like it is, saying that they're overreacting. We're going to find out more as time goes on, as this investigation goes on, as this search goes on. More and more clips are coming out. More and more disturbing facts are coming to light. And there will be more and more distractions about exactly who Vance Luther Boelter is and or was. Anyway, I welcome your feedback on this. Join the conversation. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Please subscribe to this channel. If you're just here, you just started watching. We're trying to grow this operation as large as we can to make us more untouchable from the wiles of Donald Trump's authoritarian fantasies. And your subscription, which is free, goes a long way to helping that. If you want to help support this work in another way, $2 a month, you can become a channel member. You can also go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. We sell merch and a bunch of stuff on dollemore.com. And you can also navigate to the other shows attached or connected to this show, Brittany Page, and our podcast, I Doubt It Podcast. I love and appreciate you very much. Thank you for existing with me in the reality we share. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.